You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. See, I remember when I met you as a sophomore. Started out as friends, but I knew that we would want more. Hit your favorite restaurant with your favorite dress on. That's one of my favorite memories that I've kept on the road with me. You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa, whoa. Only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hit the road when you're missing home. You only know you love her when you let her go.
Alright, so today, ladies and gentlemen, I am in a 2006 STI, also known as the Hawkeye STI. It is the generation after the Balz, and a lot of people prefer these because they look a little bit more aggressive than the Balz. This, as you probably already know, belongs to my friend Alex, also known as the Hawkeye guy on my YouTube channel, and I am finally reviewing it. It's been a long-awaited review, but it's been good because it's a lot faster than it used to be. Now that the car has a manual boost controller, I know I'm already smiling at that, it is now running 21 to 22 pounds of boost rather than the factory. And even then, it was still running 16 pounds of boost, so it was no slouch. The car has a carboid short shifter, so as soon as you hop in the car, it automatically feels like it's a solid car. You know that you can beat on it, and the shifts are actually very crisp and very smooth. I'm no stranger to Subarus. I've driven quite a few of them now, but as soon as I hopped in Alex's, it's already my favorite. Why is it already my favorite? Well, I love this body style probably the most out of all the STIs. It's super aggressive looking, and it reminds me of the days where the STI and the Evos were really butting heads with each other. And for good reason, because they were both four-door sedans, and they both had turbochargers on them, and they both handle amazing. Another great thing about the STI of pretty much any of this body style generation is the steering position. It is pretty damn good, if I have to say so myself. You have very good confidence. I'm nice and upright. The seats keep you, tugged as you go around the corners. And of course, a nice, simple 3-spoke steering wheel is great. You don't have a bunch of mumbo jumbo everything. The car is focused because it knows you just want to have fun. Second gear, 40 miles an hour, pretty high RPMs. I'm gonna have to shift pretty fast. Going through the forest in my Subaru. It's fine. There's no sun visor, so I have to use this giant rear view mirror he has. Right around 4,000 RPM, that is where the power really decides to kick in and even gets swirly a little bit, and this is an all-wheel drive car. It always throws me off in an all-wheel drive car when you start going around a bend and you think you might lose it, but instead of like a rear-wheel drive car where you let off, you floor it, and that always throws me off every single time. Back there, I got a little too swirly and understeered pretty bad. I fully admit it, but it's because I didn't get on it enough. Like I always say, they give you this kind of false sense of invincibility. You think the all-wheel drive will save you no matter what, and it's pretty close, but it won't. It's all you. So what else is good about a Subaru? We're about to find out. mistake the Boxer motor. You could be in your house playing video games through your Turtle Beaches, you know, eating your Cheetos and playing Battlefield, but if you hear a Boxer in the background, you're just like... So if you guys are wondering, David, what are the main differences between, say, a Hawkeye WRX and a Hawkeye STI? Not as much as you might think, but does it still make the STI worth getting? Yes. It has a better transmission. It has a few little interior bits, but, you know, that sort of thing. And on the STI, the turbo is just a little bit bigger, so you get about another 60 horsepower out of the box. But you still see a lot of people buy the WRX, and who can blame them? I mean, it's pretty close, but you gotta take the STI, man, especially with the Hawkeye. Another thing I never get used to whenever I drive an STI or a Subaru is the big old wing in the back. As soon as you look in the rear view mirror, there's just like, wing. It's like, love me. Love me. I know you love my big wing. Alex is actually in the military down here in Virginia. He's stationed here. So he recently bought this car as, you know, kind of a new leaf. Just like, okay, I'm gonna get a new car and then drive down to Virginia. So he buys this car, and it said that it had a previously swapped motor. He didn't even know it was previously swapped. 800 miles in on his road trip down here, it blew up. And Alex has a 240 as well, but that has its share of problems as to be expected. But for 800 miles later, that's just ridiculous. But thankfully, Subaru hooked him up with a new motor, and ever since then, it's been solid. Obviously. What's great is that the car is still running the stock blow-off valve, but it just sounds a lot louder because it's running so much more boost than normal. And the car is still in stock internal, so to hold up to this much boost, I applaud thee. Pretty good. Sometimes though, with the pedals, how they kind of sit, sometimes you'll accidentally hit the gas too. So you're like, oh, these brakes are awful, but they're really not. It's just you accidentally, involuntarily heel and toe. And shutting down. Around the turn, but don't go past 4,000 because then you'll start sliding. And don't let off because this is not a rear-wheel drive car. Ah! Oh yeah. You have to basically brake with the throttle. It's so weird to me. It's such a foreign technique to me. But you gotta do it or the whole rear end kind of lifts up when you let off the gas. All right guys, I wanna thank you so much as I floor this Subaru for watching this video review. I wanna thank Alex so much for letting me drive his lovely Subaru. This is definitely my favorite Subaru I've driven so far. And with that note, I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. As we emerge from the forest and not a forester.
That just happened. Had basic training, getting the shit smoked out of me.
Oh, really?
And I heard it from probably, it must have been at least a mile away. And I got smoked for looking up saying, where's that Boxer? Bambi.
Bambi! Come love my Boxer motor.
No bad experience with deer. They've tried to hit my car like 3 times.
Speaking of deer, this car loves them. This highly reminds me of my G8 days.